What's up, YouTube? This is King Vegeta 2345 here with This is a deck profile, but I mean, I already posted this deck. It's just, or it's a different build a little bit, but this is the deck that I helped. I won regionals yesterday. I top eight, and we basically all split, so it didn't really matter. I just wanted to put the updated deck list that I topped with. Here's what it is. It's three rabbits. A lot of people talk shit about this deck because it's so expensive. It's so cheap. They say like to play. It's really not. It takes a lot of skill to play this deck. There's a lot of different plays you have to know. I mean, there's just like you draw these fucking guys all the time. So I wanted people to tell me that this deck involves skill when you have to fucking play around your vanilla monsters. So I just love when all these people talk shit. So three Capsules, three Sabersaurs, three tour guides, one tour bus. This card works pretty good just because of the fact if you do draw your normals and you do top your rescue rabbit when you have a tour guide and it removes, you can go obviously the play tour guide, tour bus, put a vanilla back with Leviair when you special summon Leviair. Boom, you know what I mean? Singin, BLS, Gores. In this build, I played triple Veiler. This card is just too good not to play at 3. The thing is there's a lot of Insectors out there now. Like a majority of the people I play were Insectors and windups, and heroes. But like the biggest like obstacle to get over is windups and Insectors. They go first turn. Say you don't draw your maxi, first turn Zenmaity. You let them do their combo. You effect Veil Zenmaity. You stop them. Zenmaity is only 1500. You're gonna get over that monster. So, to Thunder King, not just because he's a light monster, just because he stops, the Zenmaity play. Especially a lot of people are playing heroes now. You can first turn Thunder King and you shut them down for a turn. Double Maxi. I didn't think this card was very good, but then again, I don't know what I was talking about. This card's amazing. Reborn, Pot Avarice, Chalice is so underrated. This card is ridiculous. I picked up a few yesterday just because I know this card is gonna get extremely good. I main this card because it stops the first turn, or it stops anybody who, it stops your, what is it called, Insectors, windups, anything. And also too, since your evos or exceeds are so weak during damage step, you flip it, you'll save them for a turn if you have to. So I just think this card is ridiculous. If you don't play this card, you should really consider thinking about playing at least one. Lance, this card to me is it's used. I use it for the effect to sometimes save my monster from being destroyed by a card like a spell or trap. But majority of the time, this is gonna be decreasing 800, which is gonna let me get over a strong monster or make them lose their monster when they attack mine. Book of Moon. Dark Hole. I played one Gold Sark still because I really couldn't find a spot for another card. I like this card still just because of the fact I can do my bread and butter basically with tour guide. You open up with tour guide. It's the Gold Sark. You have first turn Leviair and a Dolka or a Lagia. So. Also too, if you have grip of monsters in your graveyard, you can go Sark for that Pot of Avarice. You can go Sark for your BLS. It still opens up a lot of plays for in the future. I'm playing triple Mystical Space Typhoon. just because of the fact that, I mean, it only takes one card in this deck to combo off. You know what I mean? So this one space can stop that warning. This one space can stop that bottomless for your big monsters. Playing one enemy controller, I just think this card is, really good because of the fact of the mirror match. You can take your opponent's, you can tribute. I don't know how many times I tributed my Sengen yesterday and took their Sabersaurus, or even to take, I tribute Sengen, take their Sengen with my I'll summon tour guide, especially with Sengen, take their Sengen, tribute my Sengen, search and exceed, so they don't get no search. This is just all in all a good card. Mind control, Heavy Star. I wasn't playing this card for the longest time, but I just said fuck it and I'll play it. It's been working really well for me too, so there's no complaints about it. I can say that this card is really good in my deck. Challenge to Tribute and 3 Solemns. I took out the Phoenix Chains and put them in the side deck. They're good, but you can't really play Phoenix Chain and Gores. It just doesn't make sense. Alright, for the extra deck, double Dolka. People were trying to tell me that you only need 1 Dolka if I'm running, Tour Bus, but it just doesn't make sense to run 2 or to run 1. If you don't see your tour bus or your tour guides to even get your tour bus, then you're kind of fucked. So I see 2 of them in the extra. 2 Lagia. This is the guy you usually go into game 1 or like turn 1, unless you're playing like Inzectors. That's like Dolka's pretty much what you want to always be in. 1 Utopia, 1 Zedmains, double Levier, I can see him getting hit before the ban list, though. Not banned, but like limited. 1 Giga Brilliant. Giga Brilliant is really good because of the fact that your Dolka is only 2,300, so he's gonna bump him to at least 26, and he's gonna make your Lagia 2,700. I mean, that's pretty good with those effects. And also too, this can help you push for game when you have little weenie monsters, or even when you have just like a vanilla on the field. It's gonna pump them up to 20, 21, or 22. This card's really, really good. And also it's a light. It's gonna help you with the BLS play, just because of the fact that sometimes you can get your light monsters. So if you get first turn, like basically having a BLS and a tour guide is having a active BLS. So you go tour guide, get tour guide, make Giga Brilliant. That's already light and dark. So it's a good card. You have to play this guy just because of the fact that he's a 2,500 beat stick. Like that's just basically what he's meant for, because he's not that great, but he's still pretty good. 1 Trishula. I mean, what you can do, if I already have vanillas on the field, if I really have to, summon Effect Veiler, go into Trishula. 1 Stardust. I prefer Stardust over like Scrap Dragon and stuff, just because against certain decks he's a lot better. 1 Black Rose. I haven't made this guy yet, but when I do, at least I'll be able to have him in my extra. 1 Brionic. I mean, you need a Brionic in all your side decks, all your extra decks, though. And I actually go into this guy a lot, so I can't say anything about him. I actually won yesterday because I was able to make him, and it's funny because the card that I'm trying to tell people that's really good, that nobody wants to play, I Forbidden Chalice to Lagia. He let it go through, and I had summoned my Effect Veiler on one of my vanillas and just made him, and pretty much raped because he couldn't get past him. So, but let me show you my side deck too. I mean, this side deck was thought out kind of well, but some of the cards, I'll show you that they shouldn't be in here. 1 Thunder King, one more lance. My Body of the Shield. This is a really good card, especially against the Inzectors. These are the cards that I had to put in because I had nothing else. I was looking for Wild Tornadoes, but nobody had them. So this is what I had to use. I SideDecked the double Phoenix Chains. Again, game 2 against Inzectors, windups, and a mirror match. So Chain Disappearance, it's good against plants, good against Inzectors still. Good, especially good against your windups. They go that first turn, or if you go first and they go, you know, all right, do my rat, all right, get rid of the rat problem. You get rid of, you know, a lot of cards in the deck. So one Black Horn of Heaven. This goes against your windups too. It gets rid of the Zen Mating. I mean, basically shuts down their first play, and it's a free cost. Just negate the special summon of a monster. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is pretty ridiculous against Inzectors. I mean, if you can open up with Rabbit and Shadow Imprisoning, you're pretty much golden. They can't get past you. Double Bottomless against the mirror match. Against I had to play Black Wings yesterday. It was really good against them. I sided it against what else did I say? Oh, I sided against windups because you can get rid of their everything basically. Everything's at least 1,500 except for like Rat and Magician. Compulse. It gets rid of everybody. There's not a card in the game he doesn't get rid of. Well, other than like Quasar, but he will. This is basically gonna pop something you can't get rid of. Especially in Rabbit decks, it has a hard time getting over monsters over 2,500. Like sometimes that's how they stall out, and you just can't get past the stall. So, yeah. Well, I mean, I hope you guys like the deck and the side deck. I did really well with this. You know, I topped. I got my invites to nationals. I haven't played in a year and a half, and I came back and I already won the first regionals. So, if you guys like the deck, you know, please use it. You know, I have another person already using my deck too. It's shout out to Team Yellow Fever. His name's Conrad. He's also using my deck too. Everybody, yeah, I mean, give it a try. If you don't like, you can always change cards inside of it you don't like. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching.